There is a mistake which people do often. Single specialty hospital or multi-specialty hospital. If multi-specialty hospital you create, you will be viable, you will be profitable. But if you create a single specialty, you will be the successful.
Velumani's 4G, the power of family. Well, I'm sure by now you know what 4G stands for. Guts, grit, growth and glory. I've got Dr. Velumani with me, a pioneer, an inspiration, motivational speaker, and most importantly, a person who when I hear him talk, I get empowered for the rest of my life, for the rest of the day, for the next few minutes, everything rolled into one. Thank you so much, Dr. Velumani. You are motivating me. I feel on top of the world when I talk to you, and I get driven so much.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to be talking about power of family. Now, when you were beginning this empire called Thyro Care, did you have a lot of family support, or were they saying, "Ye kya kar raha hai?"
No, in that way, when I started the business, I didn't have money to hire big, powerful people. But I had the support of my family, where they trusted me. They believed in my story, and they believed that I would be doing something great. And I left a government job, so they must have felt if I don't support and if he doesn't become successful, they will sympathize me. So first came in was my brother, Mr. Sundar Raju. He has taken up the role of a CFO from then till today. So he is with me for the last 20 years. I have one more brother, Mr. Ratnaswamy, who came in, who looked after the laboratory. My sister Susila, she came in, she looked after creating the network. And my wife was integral part of the entire business. She was in front, behind, around, 360 degrees, she covered me. And then her brother, Mr. Rajgopal, also was a part of the journey. So if you notice it, so many family members together were responsible for the company from 2 lakh rupees to reach to 100 crore level. Once you reach 100 crore level, you have enough money. Now you can hire anyone. Now you need more people. You can't have more siblings at that stage, but you can have more people to run the business. So then onwards, the business is taken over by professionals, and the family only remains behind me to support me. But if you ask me, the major reason for success is siblings and my family members.
So you are actually saying this, no holds barred, that if you have a solid family backing you up, it results to not only peace and happiness in your personal life, but also professionally.
Yeah, in that way, all of them had a dream which coincided with my dream. So they all journeyed along with me. But the most vital support comes from my wife, who also left her job on that day when I left the job. Very rare. Not every wife will agree to do it. My wife felt making me successful now is the only job for her, and for which she sacrificed her career also. But if you notice it, from the day one, she was supporting me in such a way I had no need to get distracted. Relatives, she was managing. Friends, she was managing. Employees, she was managing. The distributors or franchises, she was managing. So literally speaking, connecting me to the community and to the society and to the business stakeholders was done very wisely by her. She had no world of her own after her marriage. I don't think many husbands are blessed with such a wife. So I was fortunate to have a lady who dwelt around me, built my dream bigger, remained as an ambassador for my brand. And that way her contribution was enormous And if I have to imagine a business without a family, I don't think there was a business truly exists.
In fact, that's when I see this beautiful portrait. I can imagine that mother of Thyrocare, Mrs. Sumati Velumani, 1960 to 2016. 56 years, an incredible journey. But you have one regret.
Yeah, and that way, this photograph was taken just an year before her demise. We came to know that she has a pancreatic cancer only on October 2nd of 2015. Was a bit of a shock to me because the size was big, and when we did investigations, we found out it was in the stage 4. I run for the entire world preventive care diagnostics, and I couldn't imagine that my wife needed some screening. Never screened, never doubted. So we found that it is in an advanced stage. We did make an attempt to go to US to get the best of the possible treatment, but I think that was in such an advanced stage, we just couldn't do anything. Within 15 days after diagnosis, she had to depart. So I lost a very powerful resource of my life. She was the one who made me a man. She was the one who made me to become a scientist. And she motivated me that I can be an entrepreneur. I think she taught me Marathi, she taught me Hindi, she made me to tell stories. And I just can't imagine that today she is not around.
But you wish somewhere deep down that you wanted her to be known as the co-founder of Thyrocare, which you didn't give her the title when she was around.
Unfortunately, I was not knowing I'm an entrepreneur, and I was an entrepreneur. Those days, the word entrepreneur was not there. And the co-founder is a new startup language. So though she was a director in the company, we did not call her as co-founder. Today, I am the founder, according to the entire society, and I am imagining why I did not tell my wife, or I did not tell everyone, me and my wife co-founded this business. So that's a regret. But this photograph of mine, in which the photograph completely depicts, I was only seeing what she was showing. And to that extent, she was around me. And I must tell you, I have been giving a lot of motivation lectures. In all my lectures, my last slide is this. And I'm pretty sure even if I live for next 25-30 years, my last talk, this will be the last slide, even that. To that extent, this is a call as a dedication of my life journey and success to my wife, which I will continue to do. And I want everyone to understand, having a spouse who trusts you, who trusts and believes in your power and your capabilities is paramount importance. And let me tell you, if she cushions you, your energies get dissipated to 1/10. And if she trusts you, your energies get 10 times amplified. And it's very important for one to have a family, and especially the spouse, supporting in whatever you do, right or wrong, failure or success. They are not worried. They are with you to see you smiling and enjoying and growing.
You made me very emotional about my wife, so I want to say a big thank you to my wife Neha for supporting me and not questioning me whether I do right or wrong. So thank you for that. I'm going to be cherishing her even more after this chat of ours. Your children, you've got a son and you've got a daughter. They are part of your empire as well. Your wife is not there. I'm sure she's blessing you from the heavens above. Did your children from within join the business? Or did you kind of tell them, business join karo, mere baat kaun hoga types?
No, I think many people don't know. First, I don't have a house of my own.
You don't. So where are we sitting right now?
We are sitting in the company in which there is a, residence for me in the 5th floor, and we are sitting there. But what I wanted to tell you is, even when we had a 200 square feet rented premises, my family was with me in the premises. My wife felt she should be around me to support, instead of sitting at home and taking a phone and calling and asking, what time will you come home? I think she understood, if I come home, the company will have difficulty. the patients will have difficulty. Why not I be with my husband? And my wife and my children have been inside the premises for the last 15 years, which means my children did not have an option only, number one. Number two, fortunately, my children love this business because this business sounds like a social service, but it gives a lot of profit. And it is a diagnostic business. We help the poor, we help the distressed to understand the problem at an affordable cost. So my children believe that this business is a wonderful business and they are part of the business. Only challenge is, can they truly amplify the business from now onwards is a challenge. Let me tell you, I have lifted a buffalo from the day it was a calf. So I could lift it and reach here. My children now have to lift an adult buffalo, and that's the challenge. So, but children love the job. Children are part of the business. Until they become 30, they told me don't make them as a front of the company. So they are behind me, and in another 2-3 years, they should be the face of the company.
No, but because you come with a gamut of experiences, do you end up telling your children who are going to carry the legacy forward and hopefully lift the grown-up buffalo? Do you give them a lot of advice? Do you tell them what is right, what is wrong? Or do you let them trip, fall, get up, trip, fall, get up?
In that way, I have been a bit of a different kind of a father. I teach only if they come to me. If they don't come to me, I don't teach. They have been given freedom to take decisions. They take good number of decisions, but for some decisions they do come to me. I use my wisdom and tell them this is not to be done or this is to be done in that way. If I have to give you the right answer, 90% of the things they do on their own, learn on their own, they fall and get up and learn. But remaining 10% I am back and I am at support to them.
So now when you talk about power of family, you told me that you were working hard and your wife was the connector to friends, family, your distributors, your employees. It helped you focus. But what happens in a vice versa situation? What about achiever giving time to the wife? Sometimes that becomes difficult, right, in your journey?
I think this is called as work-life balance. And let me tell you, if work is on one side and life is in another side, anyhow you are going to struggle. For me, wherever my work was there, my wife was there. I was lucky. But having said that, this may not be working for everyone. And one must note that family is very important. You can't ignore family and focus only on work and become successful, then you don't have a meaning of that success only. So it's an art, how to take time off, how to give time, and don't sit next to the wife for hours and nag her. Sit next to her for 15 minutes, 20 minutes in a day at least, and spend some quality time, so that children or wife, they need quality time, they don't need time.
Wow.
And very often people spend time, they don't invest time. There's two different things. Investing time means the other person is enjoying. Spend time means neither is enjoying. So I want everyone to understand, even if you get half an hour in a day to spend with your family, let that half an hour be a very great day, uninterrupted by television, uninterrupted by neighbor, and you must enjoy with family, without which you won't truly taste the success.
If I tell you to look back, I know she's done a lot for you, your wife. I'm sure she's here in spirit as well. But if I told you that one moment with her that you'll never forget, what was that?
Not one moment, there are a couple of moments. I think I didn't want to marry her. Then I tried to dissuade her, and she didn't get dissuaded. And then I thought I must marry her. And once our marriage was over, I asked her, in spite of all my discouraging, why did you marry me? She said, in a big house, I don't want to be a small daughter-in-law. And I wanted a big daughter-in-law in a small house. So I have decided to marry you. So that I believe was a very powerful decision. It touched me, and then I really understood all ladies want to marry richer people, stronger families. But my wife agreed to marry a boy from a village, and I was drawing less salary than her, and she funded my marriage using her friend's loan without her father's knowledge. Most powerful lady.
Wow. So we're going to dedicate this episode to Mrs. Sumati Velumani. Thank you for being like a backbone to Velu sir. And remember, the power of family gives you the courage to go beyond. Respect, love your family members who stand by you, because if they weren't there, you would be nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, this one's dedicated to Mrs. Sumati Velumani. Thank you so much, sir. The power of family and the power of Velumani 4G. Come back next episode.